she's, you know, cheated on me a couple times. So yeah, I'm a little suspicious that the woman's with someone else.
Tell me about the times she's cheated on you.
The times? Okay, how long is this? Because it might take a while.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. 38-year-old Quentin Holbrooks and his wife Wendy became college sweethearts 16 years ago. They married after graduation, had 2 children, and seemed to be living the American dream. But now, both claim to be stuck in their worst nightmare.
She hooks up with this guy and sleeps with him the first day she meets this man.
He has an addiction to porn. He wants to talk about
addiction to porn.
Yes.
Quentin says he's through with Wendy's lying and cheating. Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Quentin Holbrooks and Wendy Holbrooks. Mr. and Mrs. Holbrooks, you two have been married for 12 years. Mr. Holbrooks, you have brought your wife here today seeking $751.59, which you say is half the amount of a title loan taken against your car, and you will explain that to me momentarily. Okay. Before we get to that, however, Mrs. Holbrooks, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
Well, Your Honor, it feels like I've been married to a child for 12 years. Going all the way back to college, I've had to support my husband. And, you know, he was living on student loans, wasn't working. I was going to school to be successful, and I had a part-time job. Also, not to mention the 40 grand in debt that I as a result of, you know, Quentin's lack of motivation, I've encountered severe debt from college.
How did you land $40,000 in debt because of him? Well,
between the student loans and the credit cards, you know, Quentin's insecure. He would, you know, I would go to work, I would try to do well. I would have to more or less babysit him. I bought him a car, and I paid off the car.
Really? We bought the car together.
Hang on.
No, I paid off his existing car. I bought him a classic truck. He got comfortable, and enough said. After he got comfortable, he let himself go, Your Honor. I would have an entire schedule lined up for myself, a productive day. I would ask him, what are you doing today, sweetheart?
Schedule?
Well, I have an appointment at the food stamp office at noon. You know, he'd be walking around eating in his boxers, talking about I have to get to the food stamp office around noon.
Are you serious?
And,
I'm eating in his boxers.
Yes.
And his task for the day was to get to the food stamp office.
Yes, and if that didn't work out, he would hit up the church. If that didn't, and then he would have a million things lined up talking about I have to go to the unemployment office after that. And then he'd actually come home complaining about being tired.
Now Mr. Holbrooks, your wife has told me a story of desire, of lack of desire. She has painted you with everything except a diaper and rattler. Your response to that would be?
My response to that is I've always had 2 or 3 jobs. And, you know, I do entrepreneur stuff. I do work on the side and hold a full-time job. Many times she's sat home herself and done nothing. You know, we're talking about...
In the last 12 months, have you been employed the entire time?
No, there was a stint in time where I had been put in jail, so I had to spend some time there. Therefore, I lost my job.
Yeah.
Because I was, you know, incarcerated.
Right.
So as soon as I got out, I think it was 2 days, I had gotten another job right away. Meanwhile, she wasn't working at all. I was supporting her. And I've supported her no matter what she's sitting there saying. I've supported her for 16 years.
During the past 12 years, who's been the primary breadwinner?
When we first got married, I worked 16 hours. You know, she was pregnant with my kid, and she was taking care of my son. I'd get home, 15 hours working, pile of laundry this high, dishes stacked up, and as soon as they're stacked up, that's when she goes to clean.
He takes pride in being a good housewife.
She takes forever to clean, and I get home, I'm like, what's for dinner? Well, guess what she does? She throws a frozen chicken on the table, clank.
I can't
That
cook it as
dinner
good
will
as
be
you.
ready in 45 minutes.
Mrs.
I cannot
Holbrooks,
cook it as
when
good
he
as
was out
him.
doing a 60, well, first of all, let
If
us
you can put
confirm
it in the
this.
microwave,
Mr.
you can cook
Holbrooks,
it.
don't interrupt me.
Ooh.
Mr. Holbrook,
Yes.
was there a time when he was, in fact, working 15 to 16-hour days?
He was, because when it comes
During
down
that
to
time,
I can give that up to him.
When I'm asking a yes or no question, yes
Yes.
or no is the way to go, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
There was a time where he was working a 16-hour day, correct? During, how long did that last?
It's
2.5
sporadic.
years.
It's not consistent. That's the problem.
Mrs. Holbrooks, is that you?
It's sporadic, Your Honor. That's the problem. It's inconsistent. There's been times I have to drive around and fill out the applications with Quentin. He can't remember a phone number, a past employer's address. He's lacking motivation to even
That doesn't make me a bad person.
go out and get a job. And then he'll take a job that's below him. He does have some skill level where he just can't find a job to match his skill level because his attitude
what are his
problem.
skills?
I'm overqualified.
What are your skills, Mr. Holbrooks?
Yeah, I used to be a substitute teacher. I've gone to school. I'm not, illiterate. I am educated. I'm a low voltage technician.
He's a washed-up jock, Your Honor.
Chef.
He should have made it pro in
And I'm an
baseball, and he never
entrepreneur.
did. He's lacking.
Well, you can't tell
Because
somebody.
of
I
you.
mean, making it pro in
Yeah,
baseball, that's a
he
one in a
blames me.
million
That's where I
shot.
defend myself. Everything his rebuttal will be an attack upon me.
Okay.
all.
Explain that to me. You say you have to defend yourself.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
From everything, what I'm going to wear,
'cause she's
where
a
I'm
cheater.
going,
Mr. Holbrooks, you've got one more opportunity.
Sorry.
where I'm going, what I'm going to wear, who I'm going with, a business trip. He'll call repetitive times telling me to take pictures of my room, that I'm not really alone. Like,
It's true.
Mr. Holbrooks, do you make her take pictures of her room while she's out of town?
This one particular time I did, because this is after she's, cheated on me a couple times. So yeah, I'm a little suspicious that the woman's
Tell
with
me
someone
about
else.
the times she's cheated on you.
The times? Okay, how long is this? Because it might take a while.
Well,
There's
give
a
me the
couple-
highlights.
a
Give me the
couple-
highlights,
okay,
Mr.
a couple
Holbrooks.
different times. The first time she was with a party guy driving around in my new car. So, I find out she's not coming home, so I'm calling her work. What's going on? They tell me she's left 3 hours ago. I call her. Oh, it's going to be a late night tonight. I got a lot of work to do. So I knew she was lying, and I drive downtown, and who's she with? Her boyfriend and my new car.
When divorce court continues, Quentin claims Wendy has had multiple affairs.
I looked on her phone. There's text messages. Oh, you felt so good.
Divorce isn't easy. Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Quentin Holbrooks, who wants to divorce his wife because he claims she's cheating on him. But has Quentin been having illicit affairs as well?
Did you, in fact, have a boyfriend during the course of your marriage?
he was a friend, Your Honor.
A friend
It could be a
with
female.
benefits?
Stop,
It
stop,
could
stop.
be a female, and I'm going to be accused.
Okay. Was there any, were you hanging out with him? Was there any intimacy involved?
We did become a little closer than friends, Your Honor. That is somewhat true, but I did not want to go home. I'm not going to go
you did have
home.
a boyfriend.
A male friend, yes, Your Honor.
No. You said further than friend. Further than friend means touching. You were touching, weren't you?
Well, there was some intimacy, yes, Your Honor.
You know you can't do that while you're
No.
married. It's
Thank
against
you.
the rules,
Thank you.
right?
Well, he's pushed me away. He has an addiction to porn. He wants to talk about
Addiction
being,
to porn.
Yes, he wants to talk about being committed and lacking adultery. No, he's far from innocent.
Do you believe he cheated
Please.
as well?
Yes, according to my religion, lusting after individuals.
You have a religion?
Yes.
Now, Mrs. Holbrooks, don't pull out the Bible or anything else.
Thank you.
According to my religion, you can touch some other guy, but he can't lust in his heart.
Thank you.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Thank you.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he drove me to do it. I didn't want to come home.
He
Mrs.
drove
Holbrooks,
you.
you got to work with me for a minute
He
because
wanted to
I'm
lust
not
after those
understanding.
women, probably thinking of them.
I'm not understanding what's going on here. You know you had a guy that you were having an affair with because you were. He's really friends. It went too far. You started to touch. That's otherwise known as an affair. And you seem to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But somehow he's got a little dirty magazine in a shoe rack or somewhere, and you're distraught. How do you reconcile that?
That was years prior. That's exactly what pushed me, I think, to create relationships with men.
Was porn
Was the fact that my
magazines?
husband's lusting after young women, you know.
Oh, sweetheart, let me explain something to you. Men like to look.
He's emotionally
They
abusive.
just do, and they don't. You know, when you say I do, and the testosterone doesn't just leak out. As long they still like to look.
There's a healthy level to that, I believe. There is, and I can give that up. But he's
what
emotionally.
magazine?
Well, now that was before the smartphones and all that. I've already looked
Well,
through
what's
his history.
happening on the smartphones, Mr. Holbrooks?
Oh,
Have
let
you
me
got
tell
pictures?
you. Thank you, Judge. You know, since she's had another affair with another guy, she tells me she's got a hair shoot to go to in Austin. Yeah, it's a hair shoot and a date. So she hooks up with this guy and sleeps with him the first day she meets this man. How do I know this? Because I looked on her phone. There's text messages. Oh, you felt so good. You know, oh, you're awesome, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm serious. And sending dirty text pictures, emails.
No, Your Honor, he's insecure.
Insecure. You
Hang
did
on,
it. You
hang
admitted
on.
to it.
Were there text
lie.
messages? Did you sleep with this guy?
No, Your Honor.
That's
So
a
the
lie.
text messages don't exist.
There are text messages, and we were what they call sexting, yes.
Oh, you were sexting.
And what does your religion say about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
When divorce court continues, what makes Judge Lynn ask this?
Are you into black woman porn?
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @divorcecourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Wendy Holbrooks, who claims her husband's addiction to porn has ruined their marriage. But will Wendy be ordered to repay Quentin for rent?
I got a title loan. I paid her rent for like 3 months.
I'm having a little trouble sourcing your discontent. You talked about baseball. You talked about he could have been. Is that what you're looking for? You thought you hooked up with a pro athlete
Yeah.
and didn't get that? Is that what happened? Is that why you're so upset?
Maybe so. He had a passion for baseball. I haven't seen that passion come through in anything else, except unless he's going through my phone and then he's irate.
Irate? Because there's
Yeah.
nude modeling pictures on there.
Do you model nude?
I've done some erotic semi-nude modeling. But you know what he
Vanity
did?
Fair.
He told me I was in a
Yeah,
porno, right? I said, okay, if you saw me in a porno, because he was looking online, he said, it's not a coincidence I got an email with this porno clip. So I said, okay, go ahead and show it to me. He shows me a still shot of a woman that's not even me. She was naked. You've been with me for 16 years. How could he not recognize his own wife without her clothes on? This woman was proportionally completely different than me. It's just something to start another argument, and I defend myself till I'm blue in the face, and then it's destructive. He cusses me, I cuss him. I can't do it anymore, Your Honor.
You know, you say in your papers, I mean, and you repeated it here, I think porn is wrong because of my religion. What religion would that happen to be?
I grew up in a Southern Baptist
Do you
church.
go to
Your Honor.
church?
Well, what do
And
the
when I
Southern
married him, I
Baptists-
intended
What
for-
do the Southern Baptists say about having an affair
Adultery.
and sex and sexting?
It's not right. It's not right. I've let not only my religion go, I've let myself go. I can't afford to get my hair
you
done
have.
every 6 to 8
You
weeks like I'd
indicated
like to do.
you were particularly distraught because he engaged in looking at African American women porn. Do you find that particularly
Yes,
distressful?
I do, because recently, going through his call log, I was scrolling like this, page after page of African American porn. I will not name any of the sites that I saw, but they
I
were
hope not.
appalling to me. I don't even know if they were all legal. I'm talking about the women of legal age.
Of legal
Yes.
age. Yeah, are you into black woman porn?
Black women. Hey,
I'm just asking. I'm innocent. I'm just
I think
wanna
women are
know.
beautiful of all colors. Of all colors. I see the beauty in women. I don't see a color.
You just see the women.
When divorce court continues, has Wendy broken a promise to Quentin?
The final straw is her, doing those nude model pictures. And she told me, that she wasn't going to do that anymore.
Divorce court returns with the case of Quentin and Wendy Holbrooks, who are divorcing after 12 years of marriage.
Mr. Holbrooks, why don't you tell me what, after 12 years of obviously a dysfunctional relationship, you finally decided that divorce was the appropriate avenue to take?
I woke up from a nightmare, basically. I woke up and realized that this is not how a woman should be treating a good man. I feel I'm a good man. She can say what she wants. You know, that's the final straw, is her, you know, doing those nude model pictures. And she told me, you know, that she wasn't going to do that anymore. Sitting at the football game one night, and she left her phone and went to the store. One of my children points out some pictures. And sure enough, she's doing the same thing. So, you know, I gave her a chance.
She had pictures of herself on her own phone naked?
That's right. The photographers were sending them to her. Oh. And so, you know, that was the final straw. You know, basically...
Mrs. Holbrooks, were you at a game and a family member found naked pictures of you on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, I've had to do modeling jobs for money because he went a good 3 months without giving me a penny since we've been separated, not one penny.
3 months?
And because I was in between jobs myself, I've had to take modeling and even other types of jobs just for money.
She's out of control. She's a wreck. That's obvious to see.
Yeah. Oh, the picture is very clear of what's going on here. Mr. Holbrooks, why don't you tell me about the $751.59
Okay, well, she says I don't give her anything or nothing like that. Well, that is not true. I went out and got a title loan on my vehicle. It's already paid off for. I got a title loan. I paid her rent for like 3 months. Her rent was all paid up. I wasn't
This is after you two were separated?
That's right.
Okay.
And I paid her rent for 3 months. We were separated, and she's still getting the sugar daddy benefits, which I wasn't getting any sugar.
Wow.
You were just being daddy.
That's right.
Mrs. Holbrooks, why don't you tell me of the story of the title loan? Why did he get it, and why don't you think you should repay
and I have
him
evidence
half of
of
it?
that right
I
now.
have
Thank
a
you very
great
much,
rebuttal to this, Your Honor. It was a time where we were separated.
Yes.
And he begged me to come back and work it out for the sake of the family. Tears, he begged me. And so I decided, okay, we're going to do this again. The kids wanted to see their father. Trying to hold it down like a good woman should.
Did he at any time get a title loan on his vehicle?
Yes, he did.
And did he give you that money?
No, we paid
What did he do
rent
with
together the move-in cost to move in an apartment. We had to come up with $1,000, and that was when he was still freeloading off of me.
Mrs. Holbrooks, I personally resent you saying holding it down like a good woman should. Personally, because I hold it down like a good woman should. I work, I cook, I clean, but I don't cheat. I don't run around. I don't touch a man that isn't mine. And I don't think it's right. There are a lot of good women out there trying to do the best they can. And for you to steal that moniker for them and put it on your trifling behavior is distressing. I can't say what I want to say because I got my robe on.
Your Honor, I've bent over backwards for this man.
I'm sure you have. You know what your problem is? I think you thought you got a hold of a good one. I think you thought you had a little junior Derek Jeter over there that was going to make you some money, and you were disappointed that he didn't turn out and you couldn't do that. So the minute you got unhappy, you were touching and doing and whatever, and it's cheap and it's sleazy and it's nasty, and don't, you know, it isn't anything other than what it is.
I was disappointed.
And you should be better than that. Mr. Holbrooks, I don't know what's going on with you. You seem like a decent guy.
Thank you, Judge.
You stayed with a woman who wasn't treating you right. I don't know how lazy you may or may not be, but I tend not to believe that. I tend to believe what you tell me, which means I also believe that, in fact, you did take that title loan out and paid for 3 months of rent for her. I believe it. I believe you love her. I don't believe you'd have stayed if you didn't love that woman. That's exactly what happened. It sounds like something like you would do. Consequently, I will make a finding if you're in your favor of $751.59.
Thank you, Judge.
It is so ordered.
Thank you, Judge.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Wendy and Quentin have remained apart and are trying to become friends, especially for the benefit of their children. Each of them will continue to have custody of one of their children. Wendy felt that Judge Lynn was very hard on her, but says she knows the judge was right and that she needs to do better for her family.